Hello, this is Falterfire, and we are on patch 7010. This is notable because it is the first beta patch where we have Nayema, who is a powerful celestial mage native to the ether beyond the portal, which is kind of weird because she is very much like a humanoid, straight up looks human but with pink skin, which that's because it says she's native to the ether beyond the portal. None of the other characters beyond the portal look like a human. I just thought I should mention it. But anyways. So her deal is, and this is the first draft of this, so we'll see how much of this changes. I believe in particular, one of the stances, passives, is going to change. She has 3 stances. She starts in a random one, unlike Ketan, who always starts in strike stance. And then she changes every turn. But the changing isn't random aside from the initial stance. So her 3 stances are, I'll explain as we get into it. The important thing here right now is we are building a burn deck for reasons that will become very obvious as we get going. It is specifically to work with one of her things. So a thing to know about how I'm playing this character is that I have only done so far 2 runs with this character. One of them was level 1 run, which means it was depth 1 and it didn't do much. The second run was a depth 3 run, was an attempt to do a 3 shrine run that went okay until we got to the boss of area 1, but I didn't have any cleanse and it wasn't a fast deck, and it was finding emptiness, and the curse from the doom that emptiness provided just ensured there was no way I was getting through that. So this time, I think I don't want to deal with Hunt. I never want to deal with Hunt. Hunt is just the most obnoxious. Emptiness, I think we can deal with. I think we can deal with Endurance. I do like Hunger. We are dealing with a Hollow Maw. We're dealing with Ruby Dragon's actually good because we can get burn cards from it. We don't have any Scorching Winds, which is a little annoying, but we can work with it. We are dealing with Emptiness in either area. I do like potentially getting Idle Hunger or Idle Emptiness stuff. Trying to think. Let's do Market. Let's pick up Reroll Ether with that. So one note here is there's also a bug that was fixed. And so resource gain right now in this pack is very, very high because there was a bug in depth 2 and 3 runs where later areas were not giving the right amount of XP and other resources. So, I don't actually want, no, because it's either not XP, so we're good. So yeah, we want to fight the Ruby Dragon. I don't think we care about, we want to go here because we want to try and get a Stoke the Fire, of course. So we're looking for burn stuff. That's not super useful to us. That is pretty good. Just because it is a solid defensive tool. And hey, we even have, we have 2 of these. And we have a reroll token, so we can actually force 2 Stoke the Fires, which would be very nice. We're going to start here. I could have started at the other idle fight, I guess. That may have been better. So, first thing here is you'll notice we are in Stars Stance. And so, Stars Stance is, we gain which one when we enter Stars Stance. And temporary cards cost 1 less while we're in Stars Stance. So, we are going to, Read the Skies is one of our cards. It creates 1 astral card and 1 astral alignment. So the 3 astral cards depend on what stance we are in, and then astral alignment is going to let us change stances. So before we swap stances, I think I want to get this Tough and Sturdy, which is also going to apply burn to everyone from because this card is, it's another one of her cards. It is 2 mana. It creates Ritual Strength, Ritual Mind, or Ritual Body, and gives burn 2 to everyone. So this is either Mighty and Critical, or it is a source of Wits, Mana Boost, and Growth, or it's a source of Tough and Sturdy, which is incredibly powerful because of the flexibility. After that, I am going to play this, which will give us an Astral Alignment, which will let us swap into Sun Stance. When we enter Sun Stance, we give burn 1 to everybody, and our spells do more damage. If we don't care about spells doing more damage, we're just here for the Solar Flare, which when we play Solar Flare, we are going to gain Fire Mastery 2, which is the reason we're playing a burn deck on her. Which is that and the fact that her other card applies a bunch of burn. So She ends up being able to generate a lot of fire, whatever, in her starting list. A lot of fire mastery in her starting list, which is not something any other character can do. I am just going to do this for... So this art being off is a result of a bug of these not having proper blanked art. We'll just do that for the mana. I think we want to change stance because that means that at the start of the next turn we will automatically swap. We don't need to play that. So one note here is that these cards, they give us 2 mana and they create 1 natural element, or we can just hold these. They have retained. If we just hold them in our hand, we get 2 mana at end of turn from each one we're holding. So ideally, we don't play them unless we really, really need the mana. So we are in sun mode, which means that we can do this to get more fire mastery. Which means, yeah, we get that 10 damage burn. Like, we have a source fire mastery immediately, and that's super, super useful. Both of these are pretty good. I think we're going to be on fire all the time anyway, which makes Blazing Ritual pretty low cost. Trying to think through in terms of... Like, I wouldn't be averse to picking up, like, a Null Shield or a Frozen Void, but I think, for now, I'm going to prioritize... I think prioritizing Stoke the Fire is more important. So, this is really unfortunate for us, this starting fight, because that purity is a problem. Fortunately, Patient Flint is going to help take damage out. We don't end up actually taking any damage here, which is nice, and that ends up doing nothing. So, all in all, not too bad. We are going to swap stances now. Nothing we can do about that. I think we do want to get Shield out here. And then I think we want to, actually build some growth. And then apply more burn. So next turn we will automatically cycle it. Okay, so that's another thing. Some of the emptiness cards changed to this patch. So that was one of them. So once we swap into whatever stance, which I think we're going to do with this, this will... Question is basically just, do I want to Incandescent Ritual first? No. Yes. Because I want to get the burn. I want to get the purity off. Or I want to get this for free. So we swap stances, which is going to AoE burn. Then we're going to read the skies for fire mastery. Alright, then we can do this. Maybe not the best way to see it. This is a very complex character in terms of how many options you have on any given turn. And that can be a problem. So we don't have a way to get rid of the Frigid Nullstone, but it's nowhere near as painful as it used to be. It is now only apply 8 Frost Yourself when drawn, so it's not just going to always put you down 2 cards. It's also playable now. And when played, it dispels everyone one time, which we're normally not going to do, but there could be times where that's actually what we do want to do. I think we are going to start by just burning you some. We already have Toughness here. I think we kind of probably just want that. And I think we're just going to get shield out of this. I should have done that first. You're just kind of like doing that. At the start of next turn, we will automatically cycle into whatever stance. Into fire stance, which will apply more burn out. And we can now read the skies for Solar Flare. Unfortunately, we don't have another way to get whatever. You're going to go ahead and cycle stance because we may as well. Because now at the start of this turn, we go into this stance, and now we only do 1 stance swap in order to get back to where we want to be. We don't even need to. We just burn it out. So, I don't know that we need another one of those right now. I wouldn't be averse to having a Predator's Focus. It's just more mana, and mana is a bit of an issue right now. That doesn't do a ton for us. We don't have any status applying right now. I don't want to lose max shield, but I could see taking the Arcane Torrent just in case it ends up mattering. I don't think it will. I don't think I have any Arcane cards in this list. We'll just take the plated here. Alright, so it's time for Burn v Burn. Haha, we're already winning. I really want to keep these in hand, because if we keep them in hand, we get, like I said, a bunch of extra mana every single turn, which is very useful for us. I should have done that first. Would I've had the mana? Maybe not. An astral alignment. Get that shield out, and then oh, huh, this got nerfed. That's really surprising to me. Why did... Oh, it's if you do now. Okay, so it is now weaker than it was, because you do have to actually discard cards, because it was absolutely way too easy to just ignore previously. And we do want to actually cauterize. Okay, one growth. We are going to get very much set on fire here. I do not know how many times it's going to trip fire, but we're going to want a lot of shield. Fortunately, we are in a good position to get a lot of shield. Oh, we don't have the mana for that. No luck on fighting mana. I don't really want to get rid of this, but I do want... That does clean off some of our burn. So it limits just how much it can be tripped on us. Oh, it doesn't limit it enough. Still doing pretty okay on mana. We are in sun mode, which means that we can get more fire mastery. Let's cauterize. We can pitch those. We don't want to do them right now. All right, we can get more fire mastery out. We just have to keep remembering that these arts are misleading. Okay, so we will start in next turn in the correct stance. Lost all our shield. Let's see. I think we actually just need to swap alignment so we get extra shield. Yeah, because we're just going to be able to win here off of basically anything we draw. Because we just need to find... Actually, because we are swapping, yeah, we're actually good to go regardless. Because if we hadn't drawn the fire tap, there was just no way for us to miss there, basically. All right, Stoke is incredible. This is also not bad, but I think Stoke is the one we want. And we're going to go here so we can get potentially another Stoke, because Stoke is incredible. It's so much value. We are going to end up getting shocked here, most likely. Just play that. It's not the best, but I don't want to play out whatever. And this guy hits really weakly, which means that getting shocked is actually kind of a nothing. This jerk, Idol of Emptiness, is going to try and steal our, whatchamacallit? Unfortunately, we are stuck dealing with all this purity, which we are slowly getting through. We don't have any healing in our list right now, but... Okay, so there's the last of that dealt with. So we need the tough. I think, unfortunately, we need to get the shield out here. And unfortunately, this is a triple, or this is a... Okay, good. It set up Frenzy, which actually is good for us, because it reduces whatever. And actually, this would be a good turn for Dispel to come up. No luck. Because if the Dispel had come up, it would have also dispelled off... Whatchamacallit? Can't do anything with any of this. I could play this. It dispels off our tough, but it also dispels off one of the frenzy. I don't think that's worth it. I think we would much rather be tough going into this turn. Especially since it also dispelled off some of our doom, which would be a problem potentially. Alright, and ended up being a pretty tame turn, all things considered. Kind of what I honestly sort of expected. Alright. Still not in love with Purity coming out, but I do like getting all this shield. We don't have way to heal, but I still want to do that. That's pretty good. We should burn out. Alright. Alright, we can spend one of those on the shrivel because get rid of it. I think that can go. Absolutely, we're going to cleanse ourselves. That gives us the curse. Just makes our life easier. We are currently in astral mode. We don't have a ton of wits, but we can do this to get that, which is okay. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Kind of want to just get that out, actually, now that I think about it. Okay. Enemies have vengeance. Fatigue and frostbite. Okay. I'm gonna play that out, and probably Immolate is the weakest here. We are in sun mode, which means that this will get us more fire stuff. We aren't tough, which we should probably get. Is that really the first time we've gotten Fire Mastery up? Because we haven't been... I don't think we've hit the Dispel turn yet. Maybe we did and I just wasn't paying attention. We're taking some serious damage here. Just kidding, we're going to evade because we're cool like that. So this is the new gold card, which lets us often freeze things, but we can freeze at our discretion. And because it's temporary, that also works in our favor. We are not in the right stance, but we can get there. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, that's not really what we're looking to see. Oh, I should have just cleansed off the weak. I think we are definitely stance swapping here, though. Because now this will give us that. Give us the guilt. Okay. Expansion is certainly not bad. But it's not really necessarily the most useful thing to us. What's the other card we get here? It is Absolute Zero, which also isn't bad. I really would have liked a burn-related card here. I don't know. We don't want to spin our reroll, though. Mana hasn't been a problem the last couple fights. Mystic Renewal is still very good. I think we take the Mystic Renewal. I think we take that, and I think we're upgrading... Oh, we'll take another item? Sure. That's pretty meh, but it's that's actually good because it helps us strip away Purity. And our upgrade, I'm pretty sure, is Read the Skies. I think Read the Skies Plus is just overpowered right now. And then I don't know that I have anything I'm super wanting to cut yet. Maybe an Immolate. Yeah, I don't know that we need Immolate necessarily. It's not bad, but I don't know that we need it. And I should be cutting cards because we really want to be able to get back to the Read the Skies pretty regularly. Okay. So we are in moon mode. So I'm going to do this, because that will turn this on. So one thing here is we get a lot of cards out of that now. So we can do this, which gets us mana. So like that was like net positive on mana overall, I think. If you want that value. It means we didn't end up soaking this turn, but I think that's fine. Oh, we lose one of our plated, that's fine. This does nothing for us, but... Okay, so I didn't think about the fact that Mystic Renewal would take away our whatchamacallits. That is a bit of a problem. I think we swap stance once. Go ahead and play that just because we can. And then next turn. Alright, so these are exhaustions. We aren't in the right... Oh, I messed up. I wasn't thinking about... I thought we were in a different stance than we were. If it means that our read this guy's now not going to do what I wanted it to do, that's okay. We're still not in a bad position. It's just going to take us longer to get this kill than I would have liked. We do have the, whatchamacallit dead. Although that does mean we're now shocked. But we're not shocked. But yeah, the Mystic Renewal needs to go because it takes away our new moons, and I think holding new moons is probably more valuable. I don't know, it's hard to say. We do that. Alright, now we are going to be in the right mode, and we're going to have our card. So this makes so many cards. So we get a Solar Flare twice, which is lots of Fire Mastery. There we go. Absolutely, I will take another Stoke. I don't think I don't think we want to suffocate. We might take a Cold Realization though. That seems actually pretty okay. Is that better than... I actually think I would rather have a Void Hardened Skin. Alright, we are in the wrong stance. We could do this to just create temporary copies of the top card of our deck. Yeah, that seems okay. Okay, so that just gets us some mana, which is actually okay. Just changing stances a couple times, and then bonus turn. We're gonna do this to turn on Predator's Focus. I think we need the tough. And I think we just... maybe we should have just taken the mana. Because I guess there's not really that much point in having that much burn. So, Martial Prism is definitely a card that I was trying out that I think this deck could actually... that is just very good on this character. They just ultimately ended up not running. We are in Sun mode. But we are short on mana a bit. Do that. Okay, so here's the plan. We get a Solar Flare. Do that. The big thing is this doesn't actually get us shield. Yeah, this still doesn't get a shield. I don't think I want to switch stance because I think I want the ability to get shield next turn. Yeah, we can do shield and more shield. Which I probably don't need both of them, but... if I'd been paying attention, I would have gotten this out before whatever happened. And at this point, we may as well do that. Get Wits one, and we can trigger Wits twice. And we do, we draw even more cards. We do not have mana. We can't really afford to change stance. Because if we do, we don't get stuff. We lose the ability to play those. Well, at that point, we may as well change stance. Okay. I do think Mystic Renewal is still incredibly powerful, but in this particular instance, I think we do need whatever more. All right. We can do this and get more growth because I want it. Even though it may not be, strictly speaking, the most useful thing right now. Like I said, this is a character that's very complicated and is very good at dirtling. Even when that's not necessarily the most effective thing you could be doing. I didn't actually kill. Okay, so now we can get more solar flares out. I may as well take an extra turn. Go. Yeah, Void Hardened Skin I think goes a long way towards our survivability, although I also Read the Skies was another card that was offered there, and I could have very much justified taking a Read the Skies. So I'm seeing what this was saying. Okay, we are in Sun mode. I think we are going to start with this, so that we can immediately do this. Solar Flare does need to happen. And then I think we just get damage out there. Yeah, we're taking damage. Return 1 is still not great. Like I said, Void Hardened Skin does help a lot. We can do that to draw cards. Hopefully we get mana. It's mana, but it's not really mana we want to play. I think we just do that. And that's turn. Please stop stealing our mana. I guess New Moon is not actually particularly strong in this specific fight because they keep stealing all our mana. I should have factored that in more. Oh, I also should have played those before we shuffled because we absolutely want that mana. Should we just do that and take the extra turn? Yeah, we need to take more mana cards. And we need to get rid of Mystic whatever because it keeps eating all the mana that we save up. When we do save up mana. Right, so that's gonna turn this on. And we are not tough, unfortunately, and so we're going to take more damage. That turns that on. More Fire Mastery. So we do get a lot of burnout from that. Some of our mana stolen, but we have another enemy down. And we get that fortress. Alright, we are in Moon mode. We're definitely getting mana here. It's just not enough mana. And then I think we have to just get more tough and sturdy. Okay. Fix that. Okay. So we're bleeding out damage. We're not actually bleeding out damage that quickly, which is nice. Secret Cache is mana. I think we just have to take it. And we do have to rest before going into this fight just to be safe. And we are cutting the Mystic Renewal. It's very powerful, but I think it is actually messing with us more than it's helping, just because of the specific circumstances of where we're at. Okay, we are in not the mode I want to be in. Okay. So I think it's worth doing this because this gets us out that. And I think I do want to be in shield mode for next turn. Especially if we're going taking damage this turn. Hey, we managed to make one. We also don't have a way to get rid of the idle stone yet, which is a bit of an issue. Trying to think, what was my plan here? Playing that, obviously. And then, I guess getting burnout with that. Why did I think I was holding a... I thought I was holding an enemy. That's right, I played it on turn 1. Anyway, so we have to discard 1. Discard that. Man, it's kind of an issue. Yeah, getting burn on this one. Kind of a challenge, but it could be a lot worse. Let's see what we get out of this. Okay, so this is the new version of this item. It used to remove stuff. Okay, I think we're just going to get tough out here, or tough and fortress out. So we are now in a position where drawing that one thing would be an issue. Let me think. Yeah, that is going to work out the way I want it to. And then we get, yeah, a decent amount of value there. We can draw more cards, so I think I'm going to. Alright, we do now have both of our whatchamacallits. I want to get more... I think we're just going to do this. So you have more mana to work with for future turns. And we could double stance swap, which will put us back to shield stance next turn, which isn't the worst thing. Alright, there's the Doom. I think the name of the game here is making sure that we have enough Dirtle set up that we don't just die. Okay, get rid of that. And get rid of that. And then we're just going to do this. Okay. Not sure if the Dispel is... I know I saw the Dispel card, though. So I don't know what's up. Let me just take that. I want more tough and sturdy. Turn you out. Okay, so this is not going to give us really stuff that we care about, but this is really bad for us because it's going to do a bunch of damage to the enemies. But we can do this, which will get us wits at least. And it would give us a stick swap, which is what we were really looking for, because that's going to burn off the purity. And I think it is worth doing that, but it's not worth, I think, playing it back. We do probably need to start dealing with the enemies. There's the, okay, so it's now dispel yourself 2 times instead of dispel everyone, because it swapped with the purity one. Okay. So we are currently in moon mode, which you can get more shield, more sturdy. And we need to do damage here. I think we do want to do that. We actually do this to swap into fire mode. So we'll start next turn in moon mode. You're taking a bit of damage here, which is unfortunate. Good turn for the Cauterize, though. Not good enough. Really hoping to find shield. Dispels everyone one time, but they'll just hit into the purity. That's a really important turn. We're just going to eat a lot of beating here. That may be the end of the run. We'll see. There's a temporary absolute 0, which would let us freeze the boss whenever we need to. Let me think. This is not the stance we want to be in for you playing this. I think we're going to end up drawing cards here. It's just a question of what we end up drawing. Oh, we're actually okay on wits. We can actually do this and draw a lot of cards. I lied. This is totally fine. Oh, whoops. I messed up. We didn't have enough space in hand. Pitch that. Pitch that. So we can now freeze here if we want to. That's not the most useful place. We're probably going to end up freezing. Actually, no, we're just going to kill you. I think we do this, and then we hold that, because I think we want to block the next summon that tries to come out. Yeah, I was right. That next Dispel was going to come out. Takes away our growth, takes away our fortress. Just generally a bad time for us. We are now in Sun mode with this card, which is good. And we take this and hope for a freeze. No luck. That's not going to be lethal. I think we want to try and get a kill on that. Solar Flare. Solar Flare. And then we can... Okay, that's useful. Okay, that's now lethal, which is perfect. We just don't have to deal with that. And then next one we will be in Moon mode. Although we absolutely are going to need... Okay, this is good to see. We already dealt with. Emptiness is still such a mess to fight. Okay, pitch those two. Okay, that was the worst possible thing. We do have to do both of these though, because that will let us get into Moon mode and get a shield. Which we had to do, although we are now bleeding, which is really not great. Alright. I am very glad we saw this though. Not enough, but yeah, this is just really rough. This is what I get. Honestly, I think this is largely Emptiness being just the biggest jerk, because the combination of dispelling our fortress and dispelling our fire mastery and dispelling our and like purity blocking our burn, like everything it's doing is just a huge pain for us. And so that's my excuse. I think we do have to play this to get out another lunar armor. I think we switch stance because we... Actually, I think we're going to switch all the way back over to Sun so that we can untap in Moon stance, because again, like Moon stance is kind of just what we need. But obviously this is not great. Alright. We need to cauterize. We have plenty of tough and sturdy. I want more growth. Oh, but I really want this, which I guess completely negates that. I could play this. I don't think it's worth it. I mean, I could see an argument for it being worth it, but also not having a way to get rid of stones is obviously a bit of an issue. Fortunately, this could be a lot worse. Okay. We don't have the wits we need. Although, we can do this. And we have to make sure we actually don't have too many cards in hand, though. Alright. Just doesn't do enough damage. Just keep building shield and sturdy. Not sure that's even correct. I really like starting in turns in moon mode. We are starting to get to scale up in our shield a decent amount, which is nice. That's a problem. It brings us a lot closer to doom. And it once again takes away our, whatchamacallit? Our growth. Alright, we absolutely want to freeze out the bleed turn. And then I think we want to take you off the board. Alright, so we are not in moon mode. We're also not in the other mode we want to be in. I think we've got to do this, swap stance, which will get us more fire mastery, which I think is worth it. Oh wow, that was the doom. We're just dead. But we have the Phoenix Feather, but I think this is over. Yeah. Yeah, this is just... We're just not ever winning an attrition war against emptiness without, whatever. Especially not against this fight. Like... Yeah. It's over. End of the line. Well, we tried. That's unfortunate. So, let's go ahead and get the rewards. We are now level 4. But that was just a death at level 1, so it doesn't mean a ton. Anyway, I'm probably going to back-to-back record another video. So, that I won't release at the same time unless you're on the beta. So I'll see you next time for another Nayema video, which will hopefully be less disappointing for all involved. Until then, toodles.